Hello and welcome to Sobricks. I'm Adam and this is Sobricks. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Marvel Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Shang-Chi and the Great Protector Polybag set. This is set number 30454. It has 55 pieces and I paid $5 for this. This is a set from a couple years ago. I believe it was a gift with purchase for like a $40 or $50 spend roughly around the time of the movie. There were a couple Shang-Chi sets, including one that was kind of like I think it was called like an Attack on the Village or something like that. And it had a bigger version of this Great Protector there, which was kind of the main thing. And this is kind of the scaled down version, which I've said it before and I'll say it again. I do like when they do different scales of the same kind of model. But there was a few other Shang-Chi sets, including like a car chase set and some other stuff, but I don't think I've ever looked at a Shang-Chi set, so I'm pretty excited to get into this, and that's what we're going to do. So in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Marvel Shang-Chi Polybag set, I just wanted to say thanks for watching and then remind you, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. That helps me a lot. This is very, very quick. So now on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is this Lego Marvel Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings Polybag Shang-Chi and the Great Protector set. This is cool. This is about what I want more polybags to be. I've looked at a couple polybags recently, and this has some things that I wish some of those other ones had. So I really enjoyed this, even though it comes together very quick. It's small, but it hits all the marks for me. But we'll get into it, and the first thing we will take a look at is the minifigure, because you do get one in this. You don't always get one in a polybag, whether it's licensed or not, if it's minifigure scale or not. Sometimes you get one, sometimes you don't. It's a little bit odd, but we have the Shang-Chi minifigure. Like I said, I don't think I have this minifigure, which is really cool. I think for most of the sets, I think there was only like 3 or 4 or 5 maybe Shang-Chi sets that came out that were specifically for the movie. They might have all been quite similar in terms of the torso, the legs, and everything there. They do have the nice kind of gold staff as an accessory. Looking at the face and the hair, I would say this face piece, this headpiece is pretty common. It's used for lots of different characters. I think they maybe could have done something, especially if this character is going to be appearing in a lot more sets, which I imagine they will, depending on the future of the Marvel universe of movies. But this is a pretty common face, pretty common hair here, and it doesn't like scream Shang-Chi to me. We do have an alternate face, which is nice, but again, just a little bit basic. This exact head with both of these prints is relatively common and has been used for lots of different characters. So it's not like specifically Shang-Chi as far as I can tell. The torso, however, is really, really cool. Lots of great detail, fine lines, very different like shades. There's almost some that are like very, very hard to see in here, some details, because the reds or the reddish browns or the different things are so close together, but lots of good detail up on the torso. Nothing on the arms, nothing on the midsection, nothing on the legs, just black legs. Looking at the back of the torso, again, really nice detail all throughout the torso here, so that's great. And that's the minifigure. I think it's a quality minifigure. I don't, if it is the exact same as every other Shang-Chi set, that's a little bit of a bummer. It kind of makes sense, so they didn't have to make a bunch, but I would hope that in the future maybe they would have, if they make more Shang-Chi stuff or more figures for them, different outfits depending on their appearances in comics and movies and whatever, and also like more detail, maybe a more personalized head and hair piece would be cool. But overall, I think this is pretty good. And then the rest of the polybag, the rest of this set, is this little build for the Great Protector. So like I said, I believe there is a full kind of play scale version of this, and it's kind of like a dragon sort of thing, but this is really, really neat, and I think they captured it well here, even though I don't have the other scale model at all, and I've never built that or anything. So we can take a look at this, and you start by building this at the rear. Actually, you build this section first, and it's all in these different sections because it's kind of like a serpent or a dragon or something like that. And then we actually have some stuff that's upside down, so you can see the bottom of the plate here. Over here there was a bottom of the plate here, which is nice to see, and it doesn't distract too much. It almost maybe adds into if it's supposed to look kind of scaly or not or whatever, which I think is really, really cool. So we start here, just a few different pieces in there with the the dark bluish gray kind of connector with the ball on one side and the joint on the other. At the end we do the tail with a little bit of the brown kind of fire or feather piece. Nice colors through here. I couldn't tell if some of this was white and some of this was like that really light aqua color. It's kind of like a pinkish bluish but very, very light. So I think like this plate here and the one above it between the gray pieces are different colors. It might be hard to tell on camera. I think they are. I'm not sure if I have them in the right orientation. I think I do, just based on like, I think this 1x1 plate in here and in here kind of on these slopes is different than the color of the slopes, so get a little bit of color in there, even though for me it's hard to see. This linkage is pretty similar to the one up front, but a little bit different. These two are similar or the same, but they just get put on slightly different. Then we do have the like feet or legs kind of here, which can be brought forward or kind of pushed backward a little bit. They use the handlebar piece with a couple clip pieces, same up front, so we can kind of move those a little bit. This connects to one of these nice kind of water splat elements there, and I like that. So you can see how we turn the whole model upside down. This is what it would look like otherwise, so we add that, which is a nice display stand, and I feel like it just works really well. It looks cool. And then we build up kind of the neck, and then we build the head, which I really liked as well. It's only like one stud thick throughout this whole thing, but it's got still some good size from like the profile, like top down. Yeah, it's very thin, very narrow, but I kind of like that. The head is cool, so you can kind of see the eye with that translucent there, have another kind of tuft of hair or whatever kind of coming out the back, some horns or some ears or some different kind of things there. We do use the white droid body piece here to make the mouth, so we kind of have like a bearded dragon looking thing here. Mouth can open and close a little bit, and that's all really good. This is clipped on, so you can move the head up and down. You cannot rotate the head, but because everything else is on mixel joints, you can rotate like just this one section up here, so you can kind of get this looking off to the side or looking up like that, and you can do that like all throughout this to really kind of position it however you might like. And so there's a lot of different kind of twisty turny things here, a lot of range of motion just because it has all of these linkages there, which is really nice. And then on the back here we do have that one kind of bracket piece used, and that is so we can have maybe Shang-Chi kind of riding on this or engaging with this in some way, which is very, very cool. So again, it's not scale, it's not minifigure scale, but even as a little display thing, this works really nicely. It's stable because of that wide base of that splat element, and we can kind of get Shang-Chi on here. We could have them angled maybe more to one side with their face and kind of adjust this a little bit. Unfortunately, the way the connection is, it has to be on the back of the legs, but there's still enough if you turn the minifigure head and whatever to make this pretty expressive, which I like. And I do think this is a really nice encapsulation of this kind of scene, of this kind of thing. It's a nice kind of concession to build it at this scale and put it in a polybag format. So that's really good. Surprisingly, a lot of extra pieces in this set. So we will take a look at those. All your little pieces, your light pieces, your 1x1s, your studs, your tiles, the feather or flame piece, the barb piece here, as well as this squiggly barb piece there. So those are extra pieces. This set is 55 pieces, one minifigure. I paid $5 for it. It was a gift with purchase. I'm judging it based on the $5 polybag, general price. I think this is fair. I think this is fine. It has more pieces than some other sets that either do or do not come with a minifigure. This one does have a minifigure, a licensed minifigure that's owned by Disney, which is meaningful, and it's a character that potentially is not in Lego form that much. I don't know how desirable it is, but in the future it might be more. And then you get a pretty nice build that could be played with, could be displayed, and I think that's really nice. So like for the Star Wars, very tiny polybag builds, I think they could afford to put a minifigure in those or something. And the same is true for other kinds of things, because this isn't really minifig scale, but it kind of works, and it's sort of fun for that. And so I think this is a pretty good example of a modern polybag done right. It's got like an interesting enough build. It's got the minifigure. It's iconic, and play and display potential here, which is really, really cool. So I didn't get this as a gift with purchase. As a gift with purchase, I think it was probably fair and fine if it was $40 or $50 or whatever it was. I think $5 is a fair price to pay for this. I don't know if I didn't check the market. Potentially this is going up for $7. At a brick convention, it probably would be. At a Bricks and Minifigs, it probably would be $7. But if it was just from like person to person in the aftermarket on Bricklink or some other major online retailer, you could probably get this for $5 or less or whatever. I don't know what the market is, but I felt like I got this for a good price. And this is a cute little set. Very, very cool. Happy to get Shang-Chi here, which is nice. And now maybe I'll look at some other Shang-Chi sets, including maybe the one that I think it's like the Attack on the Village or something, that includes a bigger scale of the Great Protector, which is something that I get a lot of joy in. So that's very, very cool. And I think that's everything. So great. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including maybe more Lego Marvel Shang-Chi, more Marvel in general, more polybags, tons of other Lego sets from all different themes, all different shapes, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming Lego videos. Subscriptions help me a lot, so thank you very much. And then if you wanted to support this channel in a different way by giving money to the channel, you could do that here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. And I have the Patreon. It's in the video description on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. So maybe consider checking that out. It does help me a lot. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.